Okay, we are live.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
How's everyone doing tonight? My name is John Gardner, and this is my wife and law partner, Robin Mendoza, and we are the law firm Gardner and Mendoza. And we come to you every Wednesday night from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock. We like to bring you immigration law updates. Sometimes we do inspiring immigration stories, and most importantly, we like to answer your immigration questions. So we want you to get your questions lined up in the queue. We just take them in the order that they come in. And I also want to say hello to all of our friends who are joining us on TikTok. We have a whole TikTok family over here. And so I will be monitoring the TikTok questions. Hello, TikTok folks.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
You see me looking over
Oh,
here.
something's wrong with the sound. Hold on a second. Thank you. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate that. Let us see here. Display audio here. Okay, how's that? Can you guys hear us now? Testing.
Can everyone hear us now? Sorry about that. We got some technical difficulty.
Let us know.
He says, yes, oh no, I can't hear
Can't
it.
hear it now. Yeah.
Can't hear it clear.
Okay, before we start talking, we want to make sure. Not yet. Ooh, okay. Let's make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
A bad echo. All right. Let's Hola, Miss Evelina. Hello. Let me make an adjustment here. All right. Hold on one second.
Sorry, folks. Thank you for being patient with us. We're having a little technical trouble at the moment.
Okay, Evelina, you can hear? Bad audio. Okay, let me just try to make an adjustment here. Because I'm tech pro.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Un momento, por favor. All right, I'm gonna
All right, sorry, folks. Just bear with us. Our IT division is on it right now. Okay. Oh, my Aunt Sue's on. Hi, Aunt Sue. She says she can hear fine now. Some other folks are, they're just saying they were getting weird static. It's like you're in a small room talking on a cell phone. Nothing worse than bad audio.
Bad audio can really kill the vibe. All right, let me let's see here and do a quick settings check. Sorry about that, guys. We haven't had technical difficulties in a really long time. Testing.
Yes, our mic it's showing that it's picking up just fine.
Well, our mic.
See it there?
I just turned it on though. So let's just.
Yeah, but I mean, it was doing that before.
How's that? Is that a little bit better, guys? Should be much
better.
Yay! Okay, fantastic.
All right.
I think we do have to. We do have to kind of. All right, very good. All right, fantastic.
All right.
Hey, thank you so much for your patience. Appreciate it, and thank you for letting us know that we are having audio difficulties here on the Facebook live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the TikTok is on the phone, so
way better.
All right, fantastic.
All right, thanks. Well,
great.
let me start over real fast since we had all those issues at the beginning. My name is John Gardner. This is my wife and law partner, Robin Mendoza, and we have an immigration law firm in Virginia Beach on the East Coast of the United States in Virginia. And we come to you every Wednesday from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock.
Except today's Thursday.
That's true.
Yeah.
And, we had a conflict last night, so we had to push it till Thursday, but it's usually on Wednesdays from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock. And we bring you information about immigration law updates, and we answer your questions about immigration law. And we have our TikTok folks over here. I guess they were able to hear us all along, same as regardless. So, okay.
Yes, and to answer the question, yes, you can ask questions on TikTok. We are going to be answering questions for the most part. And so put them in the comments over here on our live stream, Facebook, which is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
You can type them in. It's easy for us to see all of it because there's character limitations. So if y'all are on TikTok and you want to hop over to Facebook, it's at Gardner Mendoza Law on Facebook. And we would love to see you here or there. We're going to answer your question either way, hopefully. We get to it.
It's been kind of a tough week, as all of you know, especially as we go into Memorial Day weekend. So there's really nothing that we can say or add that makes it any better. It's just been a really sad few days, and we know that everybody is still just upset and shocked, as we are. All we can ask is that you, maybe when you put your head on the pillow tonight, say a prayer for the families in Texas. I know that they need some help and support, and there's not a whole lot we can do to fix it for them, but maybe they can feel our prayers if we send enough of them. All right.
Yeah. No words. Just very senseless and very, very sad. But anyhow, we kind of felt it, especially since our law firm started assisting the Hispanic community here in Hampton Roads, and we know the community really well. We have the culture, and it's horrible. So we're gonna you guys hang in there.
Just give your kids extra hugs. It's tough. It's been
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
One thing I did want to remind you of, we do want to answer your immigration questions, where it's a solemn situation. And again, it's Memorial Day weekend as well, which is another solemn holiday, even though it kicks off summer, but for what it really is, it's solemn. But we are here, and we're not going to be totally down tonight. We're going to answer your questions just like we always do.
Yep.
I just want to remind you that what we do here is for informational and educational purposes only. It is technically not legal advice. Okay. So with that, why don't we go ahead and get to the questions? And oh wait, my aunt is saying louder. Okay, we'll speak up a little bit. Maybe we're still having some issues with the sound. Okay.
Maybe she's saying it's louder.
Thanks, Sue.
Or sounds louder. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Randy has a question. I'm going to put it on the board. It will cover us, but that's okay. You guys don't need to see us. You know what we look like if you come every week.
And if you forget what we look like ever, just come every Wednesday at 8:00 and you'll be reminded.
Sometimes Thursday.
All
right. So Randy says, question, when we went in and did our DS-160, everything appeared in order, but once we submitted to the confirmation page, showed the month on the date of birth different from what's on her birth certificate and passport. My question is, since you can't edit, should we leave it as is, or can you go in and do a new one, keeping in mind a new one will more than likely change the numbers? That's a very good technical question. I don't know what the answer is to that. I'd have to think about that a minute and consult with the team to see if that's something that we've done or if it's something that they've experienced in recently. So Randy, I'll put a pin in that and get back with you. I start a new one. That's something that we don't do very often. But, we are talking about date of birth here. And it's interesting. I'm curious to know why the date of birth is different. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. I don't know about starting a new one, but, again, it's just something that I haven't had experience with where the date of birth was different for whatever reason.
And he said it's a computer error. Is what he just added.
Oh, a computer error. Gotcha. Error. Yeah. Again, I don't know what the best way forward is and what I would do in this situation. But I will say that we, sometimes our clients are completing the DS-160s. We take a look at it. We submit it, or we start it and they take a look at it and then submit. But we know that we can't change it once it's submitted. And so sometimes when we're doing interview preparation, months and months and months down the road, or maybe even a year down the road, things have changed, or they made an error, or they made a mistake, or they forgot about something, and you can't go back and change it. So we don't typically change, but again, that's I'm not talking about a date of birth here, which is a pretty critical piece of information. So put a pin on that one because I don't know the answer. All right, but good question. Good question. I'm sorry you're having to go through that. All right, let's see here.
Yeah, the interview June 16th. It's if we had a lot more time, you know, some of these small questions some of these very fine points we can take to our conference and get.
Yeah, well, June 16th interview. I would not mess with that. I didn't see that. Thanks for.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would not mess with that. That's right around the corner, and hopefully they'll see that it was a computer error and not something that you guys are trying to hide the real date of birth. So no, I would not mess with that at all. But anyway, great job on getting an interview. I would love to know how long it took you to get the interview, because that's pretty quick. And what country? All right, let's see. Jen CT has a long question.
Wow, look at all the food.
Oh my gosh, is that spam?
That looks like a lot of great stuff.
Wait, let's see. What is
fried
that?
Egg.
We have a fried egg. So this picture that Jen CT has looks amazing.
Some bacon.
Well, those are the red hot dogs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what that is. You're right.
Those red hot dogs. Okay.
Sorry, Jen.
We did eat. We ate a late lunch today.
Yeah.
It was huge, but seeing that picture, we don't have spam. We do have rice, but we don't have spam. All right. March 2010, when me and my daughter moved here via K1 and K2, which is the fiance visa and the derivative beneficiary. During that time, someone told me and my then ex-husband that we didn't need a separate form for my daughter, that she is already attached to mine. So we only submitted one form. On the day of the interview, the interviewing officer asked us, where's the form for my daughter? And we explained to him that we thought she's already attached to mine. He told us, no, she has to have hers. That is correct. Jen, sorry, your question got cut off, but yes. So really, really great question. Really great point for everyone. A lot of people here who join us, they have family-based cases, they have fiance visas, and of course, filing the fiance visa I-129F petition. And once you get here, you have to get married within 90 days, but there is another step. And that is to file the green card application. And the green card application has to be filed for, the spouse who was previously the fiance, as well as the any derivative children that come along. So I don't know what the specific question is, but yes, you do have to file the I-485 for your daughter. All right.
And real quick, speaking of food, real quick plug.
Yeah.
If you want to be transported to the Caribbean without a flight or a boat ride, you can head down to Carib Shack, which is in our neighborhood. It's over on Shore Drive and I guess West Great Neck Road. Is that what that is? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. West Great Neck and Shore Drive. It's called Carib Shack, and it's just fantastic.
It's amazing. It's always so
Caribbean,
hot and fresh.
Caribbean
it's takeout only.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. So great.
Side
so
note,
fresh.
side
So
note.
fresh. Good plug. We
Yeah.
do support local businesses. That's here in Virginia Beach, and it's amazing. All right. We ate a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one real quick one here
Okay.
from TikTok. Nina Naran wants to know, I'm planning to apply for citizenship, and I'm just wondering, does emergency rent assistance affect it? So I'm guessing that they must have gotten some sort of emergency rent assistance, maybe because of COVID or something, and they want to know if that is going to affect their ability to apply for citizenship.
Yeah, it should not. Again, and that's not legal advice, right? So the financial question on the N-400 is, have you ever failed to pay your taxes, your required tax? Well, it doesn't say required, but it's implied. But have you ever failed to pay your taxes? So that is the only financial type question on the N-400. And, we've had clients that have filed for bankruptcy. I don't know what the financial rent assistance entails and, the details of that, but it is not a question on the N-400.
All right, and here's a comment real quick. I'm a little concerned. Jermic 19 says, "Yay, my fave lawyer." But we're both lawyers.
Well, maybe they're talking about
I
you.
know, that's why I'm confused. I don't know.
Thank you.
It's okay.
I'm gonna just assume it's me because I'm on TikTok. I make the videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Well,
Okay.
You're my favorite lawyer.
If
that means anything.
You're mine too.
All right. We're married. If you guys have just joined us. All right. Let's see here. Christine, hello, good day. Thank you for always helping us. You're very welcome. I have another question. Can a U.S. citizen with bad health condition request her partner to the consul to have the visa to reunite? They are in a relationship. Unfortunately, the U.S. citizen cannot travel anymore because of her condition and old age. So they agreed that it'd be better if the Filipino citizen will be the one to go to the U.S. I'm not sure I'm following the question. Let's see. Let me read it in my head. Let's see. With bad health condition, request her partner to the consul to have a visa to reunite. They're in a relationship. I think that maybe the question is, okay, yeah, I see the question now. Can the Filipino citizen come to the United States and have some sort of visa to reunite with a U.S. citizen who can't travel anymore because of the condition of old age? But it says partner, so they're not married. Possibly for a visit, if you're talking about applying for a B1, B2 visa, possibly for a visit, but nothing permanent. Now, Christine, you probably know how difficult it is to get a tourist visa. And so this is a tough situation. Like if you can't have the Filipino citizen come to the United States, even for a visit, and then the U.S. citizen can't travel back to the Philippines, then, that's a problem. So if I'm reading your answer correctly, there is no visa in order to bring a partner to the United States, unless you're talking about the fiance visa. And if in order to file that, the U.S. citizen has to have seen the fiance within 2 years of filing. So hopefully that information helps as to what you can or cannot do. But other than the fiance visa, there's nothing else unless they get married. But then you have to see each other. So, all right, Aaron Gonzalez, my fiance came over on a K1 and we just got married this past weekend.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations, newlyweds. K1 will expire soon. Can she travel within the United States on an expired visa until she gets her green card? So the answer is yes. Yeah. We're talking about if the K1 expires and then you guys got married before the 90 days. I would like for you to file the green card application before the travel. I would like for you to.
How far are you going?
I would like for you to lodge that first, just so you don't have any hassle.
Driving takes this risk to zero.
Yeah, but I mean, we're pretty conservative. You can get 100 different answers from different attorneys about this. Some attorneys advise or give the information that you can travel. Even if you're undocumented, so long as you have your passport, it's not TSA's job to look into the immigration. But we're a little bit more conservative. Aaron, I would just go ahead and try to file the green card application, everything that goes along with that as soon as possible before the travel. That way it's lodged. And, Yeah.
And again, it's within the U.S. I don't know where you're headed, but rent a car. Done.
Yeah.
Road trips are fun.
But again, generally, she's knock on wood. Again, not immigrant, not advice, not legal advice. It's she's probably going to be fine. So, all right, very good question though.
Yes, we get we get a question like that every couple of weeks. So that is a pretty common question, and which is one of the reasons we like to have folks bring their questions to the Facebook page rather than more than TikTok, because then we can post them up, and then other people that see them or rewatch this after we're not live any longer, because if we leave these on our Facebook page, they can come back to it. And if you watch our old ones, you may find some questions that are exactly, because there are a lot of patterns that emerge over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
let's grab a question on TikTok.
Yeah, we got somebody over here on TikTok who says, when can I expect a decision on my VAWA? It's been 20 months since I sent I-484. Thank you.
45, yeah.
She wrote I-485.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a typo.
So when can you expect it? It really depends on the processing times in your jurisdiction. So we just had a 45 for a VAWA. That thing was pending for a long time. I know it's been 20 months for you. Hang in there. But I would check the processing times on USCIS. And really quickly, for everyone listen up, this is how you do that to check the processing times.
No, wait till,
Are we too early?
Wait till somebody asks us.
This is a processing time question.
I know, but somebody's going to ask us if they should they get married here? Should they get married in the
No.
Philippines?
This
should they
is
get the K1. Should they do?
This is
What's
a
faster?
processing.
What's faster?
Right.
Okay,
This
I'm
is a
sorry.
processing time question.
I'm messing with her right now.
So basically, with the problem shaking the table with the processing times, you go to just Google USCIS processing times, then a page will pop up, and you click the little arrow, and you pick the form that you want to check the USCIS processing time on, and then you pick the service center, or in this case, the field office where you are going to have your interview. So if you are in the San Francisco area, you of course pick San Francisco. If you are in Norfolk, Virginia, then you pick Norfolk. If you're in Virginia Beach, you pick Norfolk. So you'll have to know where your field office is. And then you click the submit button, or I don't remember what it says, but it will pop up the number of months that it typically takes to adjudicate a case like that. So hopefully that helps for everyone, not just you who has the VAWA petition, the 45 pending for 20 months, but hang in there. They do take a long time. And
let's come back to Jen CT real quick.
Okay.
If you're ready.
Yeah.
She added the rest of the question. The officer said, no, your daughter needs a separate form. And her question is, what's the deadline then? She's worried about the deadline then to file something.
March 2010.
For her daughter.
Ooh. And then now we have an ex-husband situation here, right? I see an issue. With this. Jen, I think you should make a consultation, because, it's 2022, right? We now have an ex-husband, and I don't, with the K1, guys, for all of you who are in the K1 process, when you come here, you have to have that, get married within 90 days. That's one of the requirements. The other requirement is that
she's a citizen now, by the way. She just added that detail.
Okay.
This is what a consultation is like, where there's just more and more. We keep asking questions. More facts come in.
Right. Okay,
more
citizen.
questions.
All right, so,
more facts. Yeah.
That's great. I'm so glad you're a citizen. If you file that 485 application now, right, based on the entry, you no longer have that relationship with the petitioner, and so I would have to research this. I don't know whether they would let you go forward with that. I do know that if it were you, and let's just say you and your spouse got married, and then say you filed the 485, but something happened to it, and you didn't have your interview for 3 years later, but by that time you were already divorced, right? And then your spouse, your ex-spouse is trying to withdraw like the application, the affidavit of support. I mean, if the petitioner withdraws the affidavit of support in that case, then it's very difficult to get around that. So long story long, I think that it's definitely worth a consultation with us and we can dive into it. I don't know I don't think we've mentioned our consultation and what that is like. So essentially it's thanks for the love. Appreciate it. So essentially it's a virtual up to 1 hour consultation. Most of our consultations do not take an hour, but they can if they need to. And, we go over all the facts like this. Jen has 2 boxes of text with her current situation, and her situation is, it's very, let's say, colorful, right? And there's a few things going on there. So we would get into all the facts of Jen's case, and now that she's a citizen, is that going to help? Get all into the nitty gritty of that. And Jen will walk away with knowing, what some of the options are, what the timing is of all of those things, what the cost is going to be, what our cost is going to be if she decides to hire us. And our consultation is $275. And if you do hire us, then we credit that $275. And last week we had a
little
promo.
promo going.
Yes,
that's
we had
right.
a promo for all of our folks who watch us live on TikTok, and of course our beloved Facebook live stream group. And it was $100 off of our consultation to make it $175. Code word green.
Code word is green. Radley was wearing a lovely green.
It was so green.
Very green.
I was trying to pop with color.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Thank you. And so
it's like the green in the Kaufman back here.
Yeah, that's right. It was like that. So you'll walk away from the consultation.
Yeah.
The doorbell.
These are
feeling like you know what to do, and a way forward, and that you actually have help if you need assistance with that. So give us a call and do a consultation with us. It is $175 right now instead of $275. Yeah. Let them know that it is code word green, or just tell them that you saw us on the live stream.
Right.
And I met with someone today.
This is absolutely
yes, Ray.
There's like a person at the
door.
Okay, just ignore the doorbell. No, actually, don't tell them to go away. Just don't answer it. Don't go to the door.
Yeah, don't go to the door.
Verizon is at the door right now.
Yeah.
Verizon came by earlier, and I said I was busy, and I should have just said I'm not interested because now he's back.
Yeah. It'll go away.
You're
anyway.
Good, right? You're good. Why don't you hang up here? And our house is a fishbowl too, so Verizon can see every single thing. Thankfully, we are in our third floor home office. Thank you to our architect, Aaron Cooper, for building this for us.
So, folks, seriously, I mean, these cases are oftentimes very complicated. When you're just doing something right out of the gate, sometimes they're not as complicated. And there are a lot of self-filers, and we understand that. But any case that has any wrinkle at all, it's really, really, really worth your time and money to consult with a professional, talk to an immigration lawyer, find out exactly what the options are and what your best course of action should be. I mean, it's totally, totally worth it. They can go over all the facts, if it's us or even if it's somebody else. I mean, we can represent you no matter where you are. We have clients all over the United States. We have clients all over the world. We can do everything virtually. We do it every single day, and we've been doing it for 20 years. But if you're more comfortable with somebody in your own backyard, fair enough. We understand that. But you should consult with somebody. There's absolutely no way that you should be trying to take a stab at the best way forward with your immigration case based on what you're finding through Google searches or what somebody else has told you. The stakes are simply way too high to be gambling with potentially making a huge mistake and a huge error in your case that really could be fatal. For example, whoever told you that you didn't need a second application, that could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Right. Absolutely.
All
Because let's see what could have happened here.
I mean, that's not just my plug for us. That's my plug just for all immigration lawyers. We're going to see 1,000 of them in June at the annual American
5,000
American Immigration Lawyers Association conference that we go to every year.
Yeah.
And this year it's in New York. There are a lot of them out there. And so find a good one. If you don't want to use us, find a good one, schedule a consultation, pay the consultation fee, and make sure that you're doing the right thing. All right.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And let me just say, with Jen's fact pattern, what could have happened, right, is her daughter could have adjusted her status with her mom and gotten lawful permanent resident status with her mom. And when her mom, depending on how old her daughter is, when her mom became a naturalized U.S. citizen, then her daughter would have derived citizenship from her mom, depending on how old the daughter is. So both could be citizens right now, but we have a daughter who does not even have lawful permanent resident status, if I'm reading this correctly. So we totally get that things happen. Time passes, but it's important, and especially when the child gets older, and they need stuff like a driver's license, or they need to go to college and they need financial aid. Or in so many cases that John and I have worked on together as a team, something bad happens, like they commit a crime, right? And don't say, well, that will never be my child. Bad things happen to good people sometimes, guys. It's
and things that aren't, that just seem like normal, somewhat normal. Yeah, kids get in trouble, kids go to college, and things happen. But some of those things are fatal to your immigration cases. So you got to be really, really, really careful. We talked about this last week. If you go back and watch our case from last week, we talked about and I'm not going to rehash it now, but there was just an important case from the Supreme Court about trying to go back and fix something. The court said they couldn't do it. So, if you have any, this is a little side note, just if you do have any kind of criminal or traffic matters that are pending, same thing. You need to consult with an immigration lawyer to make sure, not your criminal defense lawyer. Your criminal defense lawyer is likely not going to have any idea of what to tell you about it. You need to talk to an immigration lawyer to make sure that whatever happens in your criminal or traffic case is not going to create a problem for your immigration case.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely. All right. Want to grab a question over there? Ruel says, Attorney Sarah, we haven't heard from her for a while. Ruel, make sure that she gets in touch with you for whatever you may be trying to get in touch with her about. So thanks for letting us know that, and we will let her know tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes these cases when we're like in a lull where there's a lag period where we're just waiting to hear back from USCIS or something, that sometimes that happens, but we will let her know. Okay, Lucille wanted to know, my papers are filled like 5 months already, and how long do I wait for my, she says, security card to start my job?
So sounds like maybe you filled out paperwork to get your green card, and along with that paperwork, you sometimes can file a work authorization, and you've been waiting for 5 months. Work authorization is typically going to come, unfortunately, at the 8 to 9 month mark these days. I mean, they're taking a really long time. Yeah. So hang in there, and once you get that, you would be getting your social security number shortly thereafter. So hang in there. 5 months is not anything like, oh my gosh, this is a real serious problem. Unfortunately, things are just taking longer than usual. Back in the good old days, they used to take 90 days work permit. And, we could actually count on it. Be 87, 88, 89, or the 90th day. But that is just not the case anymore, unfortunately.
Good old days.
The good old bad days.
Yeah, I don't know. I did criminal law for a long time. There were some good old bad days when the most minor offense resulted in a mandatory detention with ICE. So I don't want to go back there. But
yes, John was constantly fighting with the. Do we call them jail keepers?
Mm-hmm.
With the sheriff's deputies about letting our clients out of jail.
Well, they'd hold them longer than federal law would allow, and they didn't get a formal detainer placed, and then they would just still hold them and just keep calling the feds, asking for more information, even though the time had lapsed. So
yes,
more than once we had to threaten. We always ended up winning. It just, you just don't want to be counting on some local county jail to do the right thing. Let me just tell you that. Stay out of trouble, because you do not want to end up in a small county jail.
Yeah, that's true. And I remember this is before kids, and John would go to the courthouse when everyone was leaving, right? The courtroom is closing, and John, more than once, I guess I was, sort of following you as your dutiful wife and law partner, and would basically chase down a judge to do something about this.
Yeah,
He's like,
tell him to order the jail.
as the judge is coming off of the bench, he's like not accosting, but
No, I was just telling them to order the jail to release my client. There was no formal federal hold, and federal law only allows 48 hours. No hold, you gotta let them go.
It's terrible, guys. It's
anyway,
it's all right. So that's
now I'm venting. This is
it's not venting. I mean, it's just
okay.
You got to just be careful. Just stay out of trouble.
Just stay out of trouble.
Try to. It's hard to sometimes.
Rose is new here. She says, hello, Rose. Glad
Hi,
you
Rose.
Join us. Hope you'll join us every week.
Thanks for the love, guys.
Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble because it creates a lot of problems. Right now, the hotspot I see is marijuana. It's everywhere now, and it is not legal under federal law. So don't get tricked into smoking marijuana and thinking you're going to be fine, or going to your physical and telling your doctor that, oh yeah, I used to smoke marijuana all the time. Just don't do it. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question here from a Facebook user. Can I petition my siblings? I am a U.S. citizen. Yes, you can. You can file a petition. You have to file an I-130 petition for each sibling, and submit the required documentation to show that you are a U.S. citizen and that you are siblings. It is taking a long time, but as we like to say, just file it.
Mm-hmm.
Just file it and forget about it for a long time.
First in, first out.
First in, first out. Usually.
Jinx.
Our dog is barking his head off.
Okay. Yeah,
so sorry. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. But
you know why? It's because it's a Thursday. Everything's a little off.
It's a little off, right? There's this fog out there. Mm-hmm. Do you have your phone? Are the kids okay?
Yeah.
Our daughters went surfing in the fog. It's crazy. Okay.
So John 07, real quick, I want to jump in here. He says, is there any amnesty coming? Any updates on that? No. I would just, there are no updates, and I would just say no. There was
probably not.
There was a little bit of a, some hope, little light perhaps creeping through about a year and a half ago. It just kept going downhill, and now it's just completely left. Yeah, it's gone. Congress is not focused on that right now. We have elections coming up. It's very likely that the House and maybe the Senate will also flip, and then we're going to have a sort of a divided situation in Washington, which will, if there is any immigration reform, it'll be very limited in scope. I don't see any major reform coming anytime soon. So we do what we've been doing for 20 years. We wait.
Yeah.
Call your Congress people and your senator. If it's an important issue for you, just keep putting pressure on. That's all we can do. And we do need reform. We really do.
Okay, let's grab this question from Nicole. And my friend was petitioned from the Philippines to the U.S. by her stepdad. do I have to put him as my father on the N400 application or not? Who have to put him on the N400 application? The friend? Okay, let me read this question again. Friend was petitioned from the Philippines to the U.S. by her stepdad. Does the friend have, this is how I'm reading it, does the friend have to put the stepdad as the father on the N400 application or not? That is not asking for step parent information. It is asking for biological father information unless your friend was formally adopted by the stepdad. Hope that helps. All right.
And Rose, who joined us, had a question.
Yeah.
But Rose, I'm going to ask you to
We got a crown. Thank you.
more to it. Thank you. Yeah, there's their father was deported for a DUI in 1998. I don't see the question here, though. If you could add more to that. All right. Thank you. We'll see if we can answer it.
Yeah. Okay. So Gagandeep Balan, he says, where are we here? Royal Challenge. What is that? Is that a competition?
I don't know. Face Off Royal Challenge.
Yeah,
whatever it is,
okay.
I love it.
Oh, is it like a card game or something? There's cheerleaders. Okay, we're looking at profile pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you about 601 waiver if you tell us what's happening in that picture. Please tell us about the 601 waiver, how it helps, how long does it take to process? So very big question there that you have. A waiver, a 601 waiver, basically, if we're talking about the 601A, if we're talking about the stateside waiver, I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, but if you are, and most people these days are referring to this stateside waiver, how does it help? Basically, it allows people who are subject to the 3 and 10 year bar come back into the United States after going to their immigrant visa. So essentially, if you are in the United States and you entered without inspection or you have overstayed a tourist visa, you may be eligible for the 601 waiver to basically show that your petitioner would suffer extreme hardship if you were not granted this waiver and allowed to come back in. So that's how it would assist. It's a very long process. If we're talking about the 601A, the stateside waiver, the first step is to file the I-130 petition. And that's usually taken about a year now plus. Then the second step is to go to the National Visa Center, let them know that you're filing for the waiver, pay the fees there, then prepare and file the waiver. The waiver, it's another year plus there. And then once that waiver is approved, then go back to the National Visa Center, upload all of your documents and do all the things that you have to do there, and then wait for an immigrant visa in your country. So this is only waiving the 3 and 10 year bars and no other issues, just 3 and 10 year bars. So there's a lot I can say about this. I just did a consultation yesterday for about an hour to explain the whole process. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of info that you needed. All right.
All right. And real quick, Pemchi here said that she's looking for an answer, but Pemchi, I never saw a question. So if you could submit your question again, I'll see if we can get to it. I looked back and didn't see it. And Filipino Princess 1 is joining us again.
Filipino Princess 1, how are you?
1. She had a quick question about turning in evidence for an RFE after you've turned it in. How long does it typically take for there to be a reply to the RFE, if you know?
That was a big sigh. I don't know. It depends on the RFE. It depends on the case. It depends on a lot of different things. We've had cases where we submit an RFE and lo and behold, the officer actually, makes a quick decision, approves the case, and on we go, within 30-day time period. This recently happened and we all rejoiced. Okay. Sometimes you submit an RFE and it's crickets. You hear nothing. One time we submitted an RFE for a green card application case for a fiance. Initially came in on the fiance. It took like 10 months before we got an answer. We talk to people all the time who have submitted RFEs. The longest recently, the person I spoke with, is over 2 years that they're still waiting on a response. And they don't understand what in the happened to their case, right? Oh, shit. Did I mess something up? We are just having serious technical difficulties today. But anyway, so long story long, I don't know. It just depends. And I hope they get to your RFE sooner rather than later. We've had to sue for cases where the RFE has not been responded to and the case has not been decided. So it's a sore subject with me.
Mm-hmm. All right, we had another question here, and we touched on this. How can I set an appointment, and how much is the cost? Again, we won't go through all the details, but it's a 1-hour consultation, and it is a $275 consultation fee. Between now and May 31st or June 1st, we've making it $175 if you use the code word GREEN. So,
or you can just say, saw them on TikTok.
Or that'll work as well. All right.
And they said 175. I mean, no one's going to argue with you.
You can reach out to us. Our phone number, our info@gmlaw.net, our Facebook page, gardnerandmendoza.com, our law firm, website, any of those will work.
Yeah, and the phone number is also in the link in TikTok, but it's 757-464-9224 if you want to go old school and call us, because someone will answer the phone.
All right.
Hello, Miss Lovely. Great to see you. Okay. Let me see. Let me grab this question real quick here. Christina says, hello, the petitioner, grandmom, recently passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. And I am the joint sponsor, the granddaughter for my mom. Okay. I filled out the affidavit of support and everything has been accepted before the petitioner died. Do I need to do anything? Will there be any issues since the main petitioner passed? My mom is scheduled for her visa interview next month. Thank you in advance. This is tough. Christina. So what's going to have to happen is that, unfortunately, you guys are going to have to do most likely humanitarian reinstatement, because once the petitioner passes away, then the I-130 is no longer available as far as getting the immigrant visa for your mom. That's really bad news. I hope that that's bad news. I feel bad letting you know that. But so what will typically happen is, when she goes to the visa interview next month, so usually they'll ask for a, depending on how old your grandmother is, they'll ask for proof, right, that the petitioner is still alive. But the correct thing to do would be to inform them that the petitioner has passed away and submit the death certificate, and then they will give you instructions for humanitarian reinstatement. And my question is, are you a citizen now? Because you could petition for your mom. It might be faster. But unfortunately, again, if they know that the petitioner has passed away, they're not going to be able to most likely approve that immigrant visa. That is the way that it typically works, and that is the way that the law is. So I'm sorry to break the bad news to you.
I love this photo.
Yeah, it is. Just let us know, report back to us what happened. But that's typically what happens when the petitioner passes away.
All right. Kino on TikTok here says, I want to hire you. All right, give us a call. I love that. Is that per hour? Talking about the fee again, that's a consultation fee for a 1 hour consultation, and then based on that consultation, we can decide what the best course of action is for your case.
Yeah.
And then we have flat fees at our law firm, and then what the fee is for your case will depend on what kind of case it is that's going forward.
Yep. All right. Nicole has another question real quick. I'm planning to petition my sister and her kids. Do I have to file a separate application for the kids? No, you don't. Depending on their age, first of all, a U.S. citizen cannot petition for their nieces or nephews. So depending on the age of the children, they will fall under your sister's petition. Of course, it takes a really long time. So I'm glad you're filing it. That's good. That's the first step.
All right.
Hopefully the kids are young.
And Lil Sandy wanted to know what we already went over the fee for the consultation, wanted to know what the soonest available is.
Soonest available, it's probably going to be Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday of next week. So tomorrow's Friday. We have a meeting tomorrow. And then, Monday's a holiday, and then Tuesday is probably the soonest available.
All right.
All right. Any other questions over there?
Yeah, we've got lots of them.
Go, shoot. Let's go.
Coming and coming.
Let's
Nurse Mark wanted to know what will happen if a green card expired and it has not been renewed now for almost 3 years.
So it depends on whether it was a 2-year card or a 10-year card. So we'd have to know that first. If it's a 2-year card, you have to file the 751 to remove the conditions on the lawful permanent residency. If it's a 10-year card, it's not a big deal.
All right.
So one of the things though is are you eligible to apply for citizenship before you renew that I-90? And if you are, you should seriously consider that. If you have a 10-year card and your card expires, you're still a lawful permanent resident of the United States, but you just don't have the document to show that you are a green card holder. And, sometimes you need that document. Some people don't need it. Some people, maybe they're self-employed. Maybe they've been in a job that, they don't check the I-9s, maybe they don't travel outside of the United States. Some people don't need it. Some people do. So, you may want to think about applying for citizenship if that time is here. So you don't have to worry about your green card. If it's a 2-year card, it's a whole different story. And you should call us and make an appointment. You should call us anyway and make an appointment. We'll get you we'll file that I-90 and get your citizenship for you too, if you're eligible.
All right. This is kind of Shannon wanted to know, what should my friend do to get married with an illegal immigrant? She's 21 and a student. Well, I can answer the family law part of that right out of the gate. I mean, you can marry anyone you want, but if she's doing it because she thinks it's going to create some immigration benefit, Radlin can speak to that.
The friend wants to marry.
She says, what can her friend do to get married to an illegal immigrant? Her words.
Just get married.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping the marriage from going forward.
Yeah.
If they're just getting married because they're in love and they want to be married, then
or not even. You don't even have to be in love.
That's right.
Get married.
That's true.
Yeah, it just can't be for immigration purposes. But I mean, this goes back to the provisional waiver question that was asked earlier. There are just a lot of questions that we would have to ask to really get into that. And really the real question is, hey, if my friend marries this person who is undocumented, can she help him get his or her documentation, like a green card and then eventually citizenship? That's the question. And the answer is possibly. The answer is we really have to dig into that case and see, whether they're going to be able to do that, because there are issues with permanent bars, and we don't want to do a provisional waiver case if a person is subject to a permanent bar. So anyhow, have them call the office. We would love to speak with them and tell them code word green. It's code word. Code word sounds kind of like something secret. But and we are offering $175 off. I'm sorry, $100 off of our $275 consultation for a $175 consultation for those who are watching our live tonight.
We had a question here about can I sponsor my girlfriend? No. The answer to that is no. I shouldn't have said it that way. No. You would, if you get married, then that changes everything. But if it's just your girlfriend, then no.
Right. Or if you're a U.S. citizen, then if she elevates to fiance, then you could do a fiance visa.
That's true. Good point.
Yep. Okay.
Processing time for citizenship. That's a pretty general question, but
yeah, processing time for citizenship depends on the field office, and every field office has different processing times. So check USCIS processing times. Just Google that, put the form in, which is the N400, and then find your field office, and the average processing times are going to pop up there. All right. Rose, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. Let's see here. Just make sure I didn't miss any questions here. You can grab the next one while I'm looking.
Yeah, again, this is the same question and it's similar. Can I apply for my spouse for a green card? I'm a U.S. citizen.
Yeah,
you sure can. You sure can.
Absolutely. You can. Right. So this is there's a lot of people believe that as a lawful permanent resident, and this came up today, again, during consultation, that you cannot petition for your spouse, but you can. You can absolutely petition for your spouse as a lawful permanent resident, and of course, as a U.S. citizen. So please spread the word around that permanent residents can petition for their spouses and unmarried children, no matter how old the child is. The child could be 40. The child could be, any age.
Okay, Justin.
Any age.
I hope, Justin, that you just heard that, because we have another very similar question. Green card holder in the U.S. for 7 years. My question: can I petition my boyfriend in Jordan? Again, if you get married, then your boyfriend becomes your husband. If you're a green card holder, then you can.
Right, and if a U.S. citizen, then you can also file the fiance visa petition.
Right. If you become a citizen.
Right.
If you're a citizen.
Right. If you've seen each other within the past 2 years. So there are requirements for the fiance visa petition.
All right. We got some roses coming through here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Let me grab this here. Is it possible for a lawful permanent resident to bring his or her child below 21 years old as a tourist visa and just apply for adjustment of status? Well, their petition is in process. Not with the intent to do that. No.
Oh, no. I'm loving that photo too. I think that's Tagaytay back there.
Is it?
Let me know if I'm right. Is that Tagaytay?
Is that the volcano on the lake? Volcano on the lake.
I've been there.
So this you must tread very carefully, Anna, with this question and this process, because unfortunately, permanent residents, LPRs, are not, the beneficiaries of the green card application. What am I trying to say here? Basically, let me just say this. I'll say it this way. If you are a U.S. citizen and your child under 21 comes to the United States on a tourist visa, and they come here for the purpose of adjusting their status through you, the U.S. citizen parent, there is a case basically that states that, if the only negative aspect of the case here for the immediate relative of a U.S. citizen is immigrant intent, then, the officer can approve that case. But that does not cover lawful permanent residents, the children of lawful permanent residents. So just be really, really careful with this because it is not permissible to do that. Because of intent. You cannot come to the United States on a B1, B2 tourist visa with the intent to become an immigrant. It is a dual intent, impermissible dual intent. All righty.
All right,
my gosh, it's 9 o'clock. Hi, Ken, watching from Guam. It is not Tagaytay. It is Taal Volcano.
Okay.
Have we been there?
No, we've not been there.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I think.
Thanks.
I'm sure.
Thanks for letting us know.
I'm 90% sure. All right, real quick. Bazinga, we have a string of these questions. Can I sponsor my girlfriend if I'm a green card holder? No. You would have to be married if you're a green card holder, as Radlin said.
Yeah.
If you became a citizen, then you could do a fiancé visa. All right. Okay. We had a lot of those tonight.
Fantastic. Yeah, great questions, guys. Thank you so much for all of them. This is our timekeeper.
This is our timekeeper. She lets us know when our time is up.
This
when
is
she
Ray.
needs our attention again.
She sometimes appears on our TikTok videos. She should be on the payroll because you guys like Ray more than you like me. Your favorite future lawyer. Anyhow, guys, we are going to actually be back here again on Thursday, not Wednesday again, Thursday night next week. Sorry for some of the switcheroos here, but we really look forward to seeing you again here.
It's family graduation time, so they're that's why our schedule's a little mixed up this time of year.
And answering your questions. So
and again, Ken, thanks for joining us from Guam. That's cool.
Yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us wherever you are. I don't see my mom here though, or your mom, but
my mom.
Hi, hello, moms. In case you are here,
my mom, I think is.
Say hi to your granny and your grandma.
Hi.
All right, 2 thumbs up, guys. We'll see you here next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday.
And don't forget to say those prayers tonight. Okay, thank you.
Take care.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs